Arsenal Football Club are the favourites to sign Dusan Vlahovic in the January transfer window. The bookies have him as favourites. He's been linked with a move to Arsenal for a long time, and David Ornstein confirms this morning. We're going to jump into that, take a look at the done deals for Philippe Coutinho going into Aston Villa, Kieran Trippier at Newcastle United, and have a bit of a transfer roundup for you. Please make sure you smash that like button right now. Gooners, are you feeling excited, nervous? Let me know right now in the comments section. This is the Done Deal Show. Let's go. Welcome back to the Terrace, people. I hope you are doing good. I hope you are well. Big shout out to everyone who guessed yesterday at the secret phrase. It's in that golden envelope behind me. Nobody's got it right yet, but keep those guesses coming in. Big up Terry as a Newcastle fan. I am so excited. That is from Philip H. And look, you should be. Some of the other names that Newcastle are linked with are excellent as well for the standing that you are at. And look, we're going to delve into Newcastle's deals. Philippe Coutinho back in the Premier League as well. But the big breaking news this morning, I tweeted about it last night. You know, there's two things on this. There's two threads on this. On the 23rd of December, I tweeted out about the story that Arsenal's phone calls were being ignored by the agent of Vlahovic were false, or they were fabricated. They weren't true. All the story is there was a chance that the player would not move anywhere this January, irrespective of who came in, because his number one place to go in the summer may not be available now. He may decide to stay at Fiorentina until the summer. That's it. The nonsense that he was ignoring Arsenal, was preferring Tottenham, lies. Absolutely wrong. At no point did they ignore Arsenal Football Club. It didn't make any sense in any way, shape, or form. I spoke to a few journalists over the last week, and they were talking about, Arsenal was still pushing. Arsenal was still willing to pay the asking price. There were talks about actually offering money plus players to Fiorentina as well. That's always an option that you go for first. Arsenal have shown a lot of love, a lot of attention, and a lot of dedication to trying to bring Vlahovic to the Emirates Stadium. This is massive to football players. Football players care about this in a very big way. They want clubs to show a level of attention, a level of dedication to trying to bring them in. And Arsenal have certainly done that. Now, this doesn't guarantee this deal is going to happen. We can take a look now at what David Ornstein, so I think I said Ornstein earlier, so Ornstein had to say about this, and it's very intriguing indeed. They've received obviously a big boost, okay, with two players blocking Juve's move at this time. If we take a look at what David Ornstein's words here, Arsenal lead the race if Vlahovic moves now. Arsenal are going to push hard to try and get this done sooner rather than later. They are going to work on this deal over January and try and get it done to convince the player, to convince the club. Almost that notion of a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And there is a genuine chance and a genuine possibility that they can get this deal over the line. I think like all this notion that's been pushed over the last few weeks of Vlahovic is, wants a club with more ambition, with a better project. Arsenal were blowing that out the water. Their performance against Man City is also a key point. And to say, look, we are going to be able to compete with the best. You throw someone like Vlahovic into the mix with his ability, his goal-scoring prowess, Arsenal could be very, very dangerous indeed. In terms of what Ornstein actually said, I'm going to read his quote out here. This is what he said this morning, that Arsenal were trying to sign him this month. As things stand, Arsenal are in the strongest position to sign him, but there is a feeling at Fiorentina that Arsenal are not his preferred destination. But we already know that. We already know that Arsenal are not his number one destination. But if you notice, Gooners, and this is where a little bit of hope should come in. A little bit of hope should come in. the talk of him ignoring you, blanking you, not wanting to speak to you have gone. Those stories have dissipated. One, they were never true in the first place, but equally, Arsenal were turning heads in Europe again. Arsenal's style of play, Arsenal's progression is making people look at them. The fact is, so far, Man City have made no real inquiry into the player. Spurs haven't pushed forward with the deal at all leading into January. They've made no signs they're going to come in for him in the summer. It looks very much like they're going to try and keep Harry Kane. So Tottenham were a big option for him. That's off the cards. Man City are going to go all out for Haaland. That's how it appears right now. Man United are going to look at Haaland. Chelsea don't need a striker. Of course, you've got Juventus that may look at him, but there's some problems as it stands there right now. You look at Barcelona and Real Madrid, the same thing. Vlahovic believes in his own ability. He believes that he can be one of the best strikers in Europe. So if Arsenal are willing to give him that starting berth, that, forget the shirt number, but that number 9 role straight away, but yet other suitors are clambering over Haaland and maybe a few other players first, and he's second, third, fourth on the list, this could play into Arsenal Football Club's hands. It's why when you look at the betting odds, he is the Arsenal are the favourites right now to sign him. They are the 3-1 favourites to bring him in. And the betting markets are interesting because the betting markets are dictated by news, but also on top of news, it's also dictated on by by betting patterns. And this is people fancying this as an option. This is people going, I'm reading everything I'm reading, and I actually fancy Arsenal to bring this in. And I'm just checking out. They're still the favourites as of this morning at 3-1. So there is a distinct possibility that Arsenal can do this. It isn't a guarantee. You know, I tweeted about it yesterday, and again, pelters when I said you were favourites yesterday. Ornstein comes out of it today, and everybody's clambering. I get that Ornstein's got huge credibility, but I wouldn't tweet something that I didn't know to be true or come from someone that's credible. And at the end of the day, Arsenal have a chance here. I think bantering Arsenal, even if it doesn't come off, bantering Arsenal in this circumstance is crazy. Arsenal weren't really on his radar 3 or 4 months ago. They are now. Haaland could actually help Arsenal. The Haaland situation could help Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, share every link as much as you can with Haaland being linked with everybody who's looking at Dusan. You've got to do it because he feels like I sense the feeling he's got is I'm as good. Why am I not being spoken about in the same way? Most of the teams that want him want Haaland in front of him, and we saw this happen. It didn't work out, but the notion is there. This happened with Lukaku going to Man United. He wanted Chelsea, but Man United did all the work. Chelsea barely spoke to him for about a 5-week period over the summer. Man United were courting him, messaging him, pushing for the deal, continually upping offers. They convinced him. You know, it's a bit like trying to date. I'm going to talk about this from a heterosexual man's point of view. It's like when you're trying to date a woman. You know, she likes a couple of guys, and that's normal. She might be dating a couple of guys. Oh, I like him. The one that, you know, puts in the extra effort, shows he cares more, is there for her a little bit more, isn't a doormat, but just puts that extra care and attention in, is far more likely to turn her head, especially if she's looking for something more long-term. And it's the same when it comes to a football player being convinced to join a club. Arsenal are doing all the right things now. It isn't a guarantee, but you're in the strongest position and you are the favourites in the January window to bring him in. Simple and as straightforward as that. And by the way, you being favourites is a cast iron fact. You were 3-1 favourites. Tottenham are second. Right now, what's crazy, like Barcelona 20-1 in terms of betting right now. Real Madrid 20-1. Bayern Munich 20-1. They're not doing any work on it. They're doing no work on the deal at all. If Arsenal, where Arsenal maybe needs to take a risk, that's the only thing I would say. They can do the deal with Florentino. I don't think that's a problem. Make him an offer he can't refuse. Offer him a deal which is just huge. Not so huge that you're going to frustrate people at the football club. Just big enough to make him go, Arsenal really want me, and they want me now. And maybe, just maybe, you can get that done. Let's go to some of your comments that are coming through here. We had a few super chats. Hey, look, I just see a comment from someone I haven't seen in a while. He didn't say Haaland is going to Arsenal. Who said? Yeah, no one here said that. I don't know who said that one. Hopefully Spurs sign Vlahovic instead of Arsenal is what Josh has got to say. Of course, as a Spurs fan, you would want that to happen. Remember, if you super chat in today, have a guess at the secret phrase. We're still giving away a PlayStation 5 and all the other prizes that go along with it. That we did give you a clue for what the secret phrase is, and we said that what was the clue? I don't even remember what the clue was now. It was so many weeks ago we put it out there. I think the clue is this doesn't always happen. This doesn't always happen was the first clue. Big up Terry as a Newcastle. Oh, sorry, we already had that one. We're excited. I absolutely know you're excited over at Newcastle. Terry, do you think if PSG sell Mbappe, they could get Ronaldo, especially if United don't get Champions League spot? Well, they're going to lose Mbappe for nothing. They could. Ronaldo isn't going to stay at Manchester United if he's not going to stay at Man United if they're not in the Champions League. Man United will lose 2 or 3 players just on that basis alone. There's no doubt. Let's have a little look at Callum says, nah, not really. It's the man that it's the man that shows the least interest. But you're talking about a different thing here, Callum. You're talking about kids. You're talking about when men and women are young, and the dangerous guy, the naughtier boy. You know what I mean? I'm talking about grown-ass people. It's funny, right? I actually had a chat with a friend of mine. I hadn't spoke to her for a long time, probably since we were about 18, 19. And she was that girl. She would always go for the bad boy, the one that didn't show it. I remember we were all in the big friends group, and she'd always moan about how her boyfriend. And me and her always had a good connection because we both had the same rule. We'd never date anybody in our friend group. But she always picked guys that didn't show her attention, would forget her birthday, with bad guys, right? Now, when I speak to her, she's complete opposite. She's like, I don't know why I went for her. She would, like, all the guys she went for when she was younger. She goes, if you look at them now, what they're up to, she went, they're bums. She went, they're not doing anything with their lives. She learned. So I'm talking about when you're older, when you're grown, you do change. You do change. Trust me. She will. Terry, she will choose the one that ignores her and treats her like. See, again, I disagree. I'm talking when you're my age. I'm talking from a contemporary perspective there. That's just what I've noticed as you got older. Like, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that a lot of guys I know that didn't really get a lot of attention when they were younger, as they've got older and they're more successful, they're more attentive, they treat people better, they get a lot more attention. So some of you, as you get a bit older, you'll see it change. Trust me. Don't be deterred. Don't go down the lines of the bad boys, men. Trust me. You'll. It's much better when you're older. Trust me. Trust me, indeed. I know I'm right about that. But that's just my take anyway. That's how I see the world. You may think different. Terry, please announce the sum transfer news for Spurs. There really isn't anything for Spurs right now. Of course, they're linked with Traore, but nothing else is really going on. It's going to be very intriguing for Tottenham to see what happens actually in the coming weeks, because with Tottenham Hotspur, there's almost this element of they promised Antonio Conte a good window. If they don't give him a good window, that man could walk. That man could walk. That man could walk. It really could. Really could. Man like Shaq, big up yourself there. Terry, who broke your heart? Want a hug? No, do you know what? I was quite fortunate, really. It didn't really happen to me when I was. I didn't get my heart broken when I was younger because I didn't get into relationships. I've got this weird take on the world. I find it weird when I see anyone from the age of about 14 up until about 21 in a proper long-term relationship. I don't get it. It makes zero sense to me. Go and live your life. Go and have fun. Don't tie yourself down. I had a friend that didn't go traveling with the rest of his friends because he had a girlfriend and he was like 17, 18. I'm like, why? And he was with her till they were 24. Then they broke up. And I'm like, brother, you missed out that opportunity in your life to like live your life because you had a girlfriend. Mad. Like, my little brother did that. He got into a relationship really young. I was so angry at him. So angry at him. I'm like, go and live your life. I would make it, again, if I run the UK country, I would make it illegal to be in a relationship until you're over 23. You have to apply for a license. I mean it. Lukaku here. Yeah. Segs is good, but have you tried intercourse? That is a great joke. That is very funny indeed. Terry, do you think the dressing room scenario at United is a blessing in disguise? I'm going to do a show on some of the more news that's coming out about that later on today. I don't know if blessing in disguise is the right phrase for it. I don't know if it is, but we'll see what happens. It's all about the way the club is run. I'm still seeing Man United fans fight with each other over Martial should have been given the game time, not Rashford. Maguire's disrespectful to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's damaging morale. La, la, la. It's all nonsense. Focus on the running of the club. Drop player agendas, please. New show, Life Lessons with Terry, out every Sunday. I appreciate that. Bad girls are heartbreakers. I just think boys and girls collectively are heartbreakers. It's all perspective. It's all from the angle you sit at. It is what it is. That's called marriage. It is, but it's true. And I would make it illegal. Like youngsters, just live your life a little bit, get things out your system, and then settle. I feel one of the reasons in Western society, people get married, say in their mid to late 20s, and then end up doing if they've been if they haven't lived as younger people, I feel like they end up doing a madness in their late 20s, early 30s. I feel like they do a madness because they've never got it out of the system, and you need to blow the adolescence away. Like, I have no desire to go out and go to bars and nightclubs anymore. I don't mind going every now and then. For me, the best thought on a Friday night is a bottle of wine, a little takeaway, a bit of TV, and chill. It's like heaven. I prefer that over anything. Friends come round to my house. I go to your house. But I got all going out and socialize. I got it all out of my system. I don't want to do it anymore. Let the young ones do it. That's their job. But it's got to be free and single when you're doing it because it's so much more fun. I was, and it was brilliant. Brilliant. All my friends that had girlfriends at that time were pretty miserable. Oh, we're going here for a weekend. You coming? Nah, she said I couldn't come. What do you mean she said you couldn't come? You're 18, bruv. Do you mean what? Mad. But there we go. Old man Terry. Yeah, look, I am old. I am old. It is what it is. I just look at some of these other deals, but let's get that like button smashed, people. Not enough likes have been hit right now. It's a madness. This should be on 500-600 likes. Get that done right now, please, my people. Coutinho to Aston Villa. Excellent piece of business, in my opinion. I don't know how he's going to play, but I think it's excellent. 65% of the wages being played. An option to buy, no obligation, means it's fairly risk-free in the grand scheme of things. Philippe Coutinho. Do you know what I love about Philippe Coutinho? What I love about Philippe Coutinho is he's the epitome of someone that can play in England. We talk about is someone like a Premier League player. Philippe Coutinho is. And what I love about him, he proves it isn't people like me going, oh, you've got to be a strong Englishman to play in England. You've got to be strong and fast and English to play in England. All these foreigners can't do it. That ain't what we say. It's about being the right type of player. Technical ability coupled with being able to handle the physicalities and speed of our day-to-day league. And Philippe Coutinho is brilliant at it. He at Liverpool is the best version of Philippe Coutinho that we've seen. Steven Gerrard is going to try and unlock that. Steven Gerrard is going to try and recaptivate that from him and make him that player. He was in Italy before England. He went to Spain, Germany, back to Spain. He's done okay. But he is suited to the English game. So I sort of feel like this could be a tremendous, if he's got something left in the locker, if he wants it, he's not that old yet. What is he? He's 29. He's going to turn 30 this year. If he still wants it and he is still willing to run through walls and battle in the Premier League, Philippe Coutinho could be an absolute star signing for Aston Villa. You couple that in with Bailey that hasn't really hit the ground running, hasn't really got going yet. You've got Buendia that we know can play in the Prem. You throw Philippe Coutinho into that mix. It's a great amount of attacking talent there. And if, so far the way that Gerrard plays, he's got a lot out of people. If he can get Coutinho performing at his 80%, 90% of his Liverpool level, it's going to be a very good signing for Aston Villa, no doubt. I think it's an excellent move for them. Brilliant business by Steven Gerrard. It can't be denied as far as I'm concerned. It's absolutely excellent. It really, really is. Nearly 7 years married, you lose your freedom. But you don't lose your freedom if you've done all the things you want to do when you're free. But then in terms of that as well, you still need your freedoms. You still need to be allowed to do your own thing. I feel like a married couple should obviously be together, but they should also have their own separate lives as well. Like go out with their friends individually. Oh, the best married couple I know, each year, maybe I don't have done it during CV times, but each year they both take like a girls and a lad's holiday still. They still spend time away from each other, and their marriage is like great. So yeah, I think that's very healthy. Anyway, we've digressed again. Coutinho stunner versus Man United. Phil Jones own goal. Look, Coutinho scored so many great goals, had so many great performances, and as I say, if he can replicate that and get back close to that level, it could be a great signing. It really could. Imagine Coutinho scores a free kick against us. He could do that. He could do that, Shaq. He could do that. That is a distinct possibility. It really, really is. It's a distinct possibility, and that could work. Of course, Newcastle today pick up Kieran Trippier. Another excellent deal. An excellent deal. Talented player, good defender, good at going forward. I think goes into the club and is one of the best players at the club instantly. And it's just the beginning for me of the new era at the club. Yes, he's 31 years of age, but you're going to get a good few years out of him. 12 million quid is all it cost. And it shows that Newcastle was starting to have Paul. I've seen them today linked with a really good move. Todd Cantwell could be an excellent signing. And I was talking to Newcastle fans a few months ago, and I'm like, you need to be aiming for go to the teams in the bottom 6, 7, 8. Go to some of the best championship teams that have got ex-Premier League players in. It's like, just pick the best from each of those teams and start building a squad. That's what Newcastle need to do in the short term. And then what you do, when you add that extra quality in, you add Howe's style of football, which I think is pretty good. You slowly start to improve. Then it's easier to start adding in that star here. I think it's too early for Newcastle to land a James Maddison. I think it's too early for them to land a Vlahovic. I think it's too early for them to do that. They are also looking at Anthony Martial as a potential option if Sevilla don't come through. That could be something that tempts him away. So there might be the opportunity here and there for some loan deals, or for some even bigger names or slightly younger players. But Newcastle United are looking at some tasty individuals. And look, the pressure will start to mount on Newcastle. If they sign Cantwell, Trippier, Martial, Tarkowski, so they sign those 4 in January, there's then going to be pressure. Rivals are going to put pressure on them. They absolutely are going to put pressure on them to get out that situation. One thing I noticed with Newcastle fans, and I saw Kendall tweet this the other day, like she's having to learn to handle people talking about her club. She's kind of outside of the Newcastle world. She isn't really used to it. That's all going to come. And the players and the management and the fans have got to learn to handle that, because I'm going to put pressure on them because I don't want them to be successful. Not because I'm bitter, but because I'm caring about my club's situation. Like, no one that's trying to win the league or wants their club to win, or feels, top 6 teams and teams that aspire to be there, Leicester's, Wolves, you can't want Newcastle to be a success because it's one more hurdle for you. That's not bitterness. That's being sensible. It's as simple as that. But they're doing really good business. My want for Newcastle versus my opinion of what they're doing are two different things. I have the brain capacity to separate the two. And Trippier is a very good signing, and they've got it over the line. And I think what I've noticed this morning is a lot of Spurs fans unhappy. Not that they wanted Trippier, not that they wanted Philippe Coutinho, although I do think a creative midfielder is missing hugely at Tottenham. But they're frustrated that Newcastle and Aston Villa, a week into the transfer window, are pulling off signings, and they look a million miles away from bringing in their first one. And I do understand their frustration, because Newcastle promised Eddie Howe money or players, and they're doing it. Villa promised Gerrard, and they're starting to do it. Will Tottenham echo this and push forward? What's really interesting, I'm waiting for some clarity on this, and I'm going to chase a few people up on this today. We can speak about it this afternoon. Looks like Man United and Liverpool will be signing nobody over the course of this window, according to a report today. Terry, if Liverpool go trophyless once again, should there be uproar with FSG and Klopp? It means 9-12 trophyless seasons under. Oh, sorry, it means 9 of 12 seasons are trophyless under FSG. I think you have to look at why you go trophyless. I think that's very, very important. The why is more important than the what. In life, always look at why. Why should be your first thought. How should be your second. What should come last. Everybody focuses on the what. You don't make changes by focusing on what. How and why are more important. And I think if you fall short because your squad's too thin, which I hate to say this, bro, is what I got pelters for, what I was attacked for, what I was abused for in the summer for suggesting that I thought you'd make top 4, but I felt your squad was too thin to be able to win the major trophies. Then there is something to challenge them on. That isn't so much about Jurgen Klopp's coaching or individual players. That's about the club as a collective not being ready to win. And look, you won that Premier League, you won that Champions League, and it was for you as fans, it was a beautiful thing. But what have you done? What you do from then is very, very important indeed. Just a quick roundup for anyone new that's tuning in. First of all, hit that like and share button. Get your super chat questions in as well. You can guess the Football Terrace secret phrase. If you guess the phrase that's in that envelope with the super chat, we will give you a PlayStation 5 and a pair of Cristiano Ronaldo's football boots. The phrase that helped, the clue with the phrase is it doesn't always happen. That's the clue with the phrase. Now, Dusan Vlahovic. Arsenal are favourites to sign him in the January transfer window. We tweeted about this yesterday afternoon that Arsenal were the favourites. They're the 3-1 favourites to land him this month. This has been confirmed this morning by David Ornstein. David Ornstein has stated that as it stands right now, in the month of January, this transfer window, Arsenal are in the strongest position to be able to sign him. Of course, we already know, the Football Terrace revealed this 2 weeks ago now, that the nonsense that Arsenal's phone calls were being ignored by the agents of Vlahovic were false, or at the very least fabricated. There is an interest in the player in joining Arsenal. Arsenal are not his number one choice, but he is warming to the idea, and there is a distinct possibility that Arsenal could get this deal done in January. They're working hard on getting it done. Some preliminary offers have been made into the football club. Fiorentina are not the issue, though. Can they convince the player? That is the big thing to be debated and to be discussed. But there is a distinct possibility that could happen. Let's go back to your comments here. A few people were asking for recaps and updates. I thought I'd do that in case you'd only just tuned in. Apparently, we're going to do business in January. It's BS, is what Josh has got to say. He's a Spurs fan when you say that. Sometimes when you guys talk about your clubs, you know what would really help the viewers and me is if you just hashtagged in like come on you Spurs or MUFC or LFC, whatever, so we know what club you support. It makes it a little bit easier for us. Is the answer manager bounce? No, that isn't the secret phrase, but that is a very, very good guess at the Football Terrace secret phrase. Jez here says, man is just copying Twitter news. Firstly, it's not Twitter news, it's news that the news companies share on Twitter. And yes, that's what every single fan channel in the world does. The Terrace, Paddock, AFTV, United Stand. We talk about the news. Have you only just... Has that only just dawned on you? You don't think that the United Stand get this the source, do you? You don't think that the Paddock are the source, do you? You don't think fan channels are the source? Oh, Nez is in the mud. Oh, he's in the mud. He's in the mud, mate. He's in the mud. He's in the mud. Somebody go check out Ornstein's Twitter page. What's he saying? Haaland top of City's transfer list. Yeah, look, we spoke about that earlier on in the show. This is one of the reasons why Arsenal have a great chance of bringing in Dusan. It's because the other clubs that have looked at him before, as in Spurs aren't doing any work towards it. They're looking like they're keeping Kane. Man City are looking at Haaland. Barca are looking at Haaland. Real Madrid are looking at Haaland and Mbappe. You've got some problems at Juve, whether they can get that done or not. It opens up a door. It's not a dig at Arsenal, but it's just circumstances. Circumstances give Arsenal a bigger opportunity. What Arsenal need to do, in my opinion, is make a big statement, offer him a contract, offer him 100, 180, 190, 200 grand a week, something that Juve can't, and turn his head. Joss here says Nez made himself look a right mug. Yeah, he did. He did look a proper mug there. Proper mug. And he has Lee Gunner's picture as well. Made it even funnier. Big up yourself, Lee. Terry is like a crazy serial killer with that laugh. Thanks, Malk. I'm going to take that as a compliment, Malk. I'm going to take that as a compliment, my guy. But thank you. Thoughts on the No More Red campaign? Look, I feel it's a good campaign. The message to help raise awareness and stop knife crime is great. I believe if they're going to sell the kit, every single penny should go to the charity that they're helping. It may already be. I haven't read that it is or it isn't. I don't know if it is. I think that all the money should go to the charity. 0 penny should go to anybody involved who made the shirt, sponsors, manufacturers, club. But yeah, the shirt looks sick as well, by the way. The shirt looks really, really good. Terry, our future manager Gerrard is more ambitious than our current manager. You think Gerrard's more ambitious than Jurgen Klopp? Wow, that is a big claim. That is a very big claim. That is a very big claim. A very big claim indeed. I hope we get Vlahovic, Calvert-Lewin, or I don't know who that Eric guy is. I don't know who he is. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Look at this guy. I don't know who that is. That isn't even a player, is it? Oh, I just realized what the word is. So I didn't say it out loud because I didn't recognize the name. You didn't get me. Nice try. See, it's hard to get me with those things because I'm dyslexic. So if I don't recognize the name, I won't say it out loud because I'm embarrassed of actually saying it wrong. And I was reading that surname and I was like, how do you pronounce the surname? And then I was like, then I got it. Nice try, though. Nice try. I'm not in the mud. I didn't say it. You're only in the mud when you say them things. I was like, I didn't know who he was. And then I Google searched it and it was like, don't fall for it. The first thing says, don't fall for it. And I was like, erect. Okay, cool. But there we go. Todd here says, I need Martinez from Inter. Yeah, look, Martinez from Inter is a good player. He signed that new deal. I don't think he's going to go in January. Maybe this summer he can be convinced. Maybe, I don't know. But Lukaku really wants him to stay for when Lukaku returns, isn't it? But we'll see what happens here. My Twitter feed is going mad today. It's going absolutely radio rental. It's going radio rental today. It really, really is. We'll be talking Man United later on the show. Of course, match reaction show tonight for the FA Cup game for Swindon Man City. We pretty much know what the scores. We pretty much know what's going to happen in that, but we will see. We will see what happens in that game. The shirt is non-profit, and the players that wear it will donate. Okay, there we go. So I didn't read all of that. All I saw was the shirt. I just saw the shirt, and my view was, I hope they're not trying to make money off fans. I didn't assume they would be. I thought it'd be all for charity. So that's really good. So fair play to Arsenal. That's a really good thing to do. And of course, the shirt looks very nice. Shirim says, I need FSG to leave. Well, the rumors are Liverpool are signing no one. The rumors are Man United are signing no one. Two teams that in the context of the season need players. This is where I get annoyed at clubs. It's like, I know you've got summer targets. Go for the summer targets now. You know, people say don't buy in January, because you might panic buy. Not if you buy the players you want in the summer. And even if it costs, I look at Liverpool and think, if Rafinha costs you £10 million more than you want to pay for him, but he helps you win the league or the Champions League, it's worth it. I don't like this penny pinching by clubs, you know. Justice for Mac 1. What's wrong with him? What's happened to him? United need to release Ronaldo. That's an interesting take. Terry, the fantasy thing is not free. It is. Once you register, it's free to enter. So when you click on it without being registered, it will show you a £10 thing. If you use my link and once you register, it's free to enter. So it is free. You just need to register first. And we said that on the show. And then the thing will flick around and it will just say free to enter. So it's 100% free. Use my link. Go and get yourself signed up for that, people. Go and get that done. Is the phrase hit the ground running? It isn't hit the ground running, but that's a very good attempt, my friend. Is the phrase winning back-to-back Premier Leagues? Ooh, that's a very good guess, but isn't quite there. Thank you very much for that super chat, my friend. Thank you. This is from Lawless over on our Twitch account, who says Vlahovic is a lot of teams' second choice now. Would be a great time to show him he's our number one. And that's exactly my point, bro. That is the most perfect point that you've summarized from this. This is sometimes when you listen to the transfer news, you've got to digest it for a moment and read other, you've got to put the pieces together from other places. A lot of teams like Vlahovic, but he's second or third choice. Make him your number one and it will work. And I go back to the relationship thing. I know some people, when you're young, the girl might go for the bad boy, the one that ignores you. Women, grown women, there's 2 or 3 guys that they've been dating and they're interested in. If one guy is dating 3 or 4 others and is like not returning calls, not that interested, but one guy, you like him, you're attracted to him, you find him funny, he's got a good job, he's progressing his life well, own apartment, own house, and he makes you feel like number one. Grown, mature women are fluctuating to him. Not some immature, doesn't care, just wants to live a crazy, exciting life. Not them. Don't marry that. Trust me. It's hell, right? Talking proper woman. Trust me. Arsenal right now need a proper grown woman. And that's Vlahovic. That's a weird analogy when I say it out loud, but it's true. It's true. Nice guys never finish last. Not if you're fishing in the right ponds. If you're fishing in the wrong pond for the wrong thing, then maybe. But there we go. Sorry, excuse me. I've got a bit of a blocked nose today. Vote Igal. Igal's been on. People keep saying, is Igal coming back on the terrace? Igal's been on the terrace this week since me and him had a little argy-bargy on Monday. And he'll be back on over the course of the weekend. No doubt. He was actually on the Bet Victor show last night, but pulled out after, of course, the sad news about shocks. He decided that he just, wanted to take some time out. So he was going to be on the Bet Victor show with me last night. So, yeah, he's very much immersed in the terrace. He's part of the terrace. He's not gone. We had a spat. I threw my toys out my pram, but it's all good. Well, it's all good from my end anyway. Todd here with a super sticker. Thank you very, very much. The streamer doesn't let you put super stickers up on the screen. But thank you very much indeed for doing that, my bro. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Terry, that was a fun rant. Appreciate it. Cheers, Joshy boy. There we go. And did you all enjoy the members only stream last night? I hope you did. We're going to be doing 2 or 3 of them a month. To get involved, we're going to take calls next time as well. Join up and become an official member of the Football Terrace. Scarves will be with you guys hopefully by the end of this month. The order is now in. We found the best scarf makers around. We had 2 or 3 prototypes that came through for the Legends and Superfan scarves. They were just so ugly. I was embarrassed to buy them for you. And I want them to build. I actually want you to have the scarf and be like, I'd wear this out to keep my neck warm. I don't want you to get it and be like, yeah, I'll put it in my drawer. I don't want no one seeing it. So yeah, that's on the way to you guys soon as well. So thank you all for your support. It means a great, great deal to me. It really does. What's happening with the Twitch watch-alongs? They will happen. We couldn't do the Twitch watch-along last week because I tested positive again for CV on a lateral flow. Did a PCR and I was fine. So that's the only issue at the minute. Like any kind of flow tests, for anyone that's critical to the show, myself, Javern, or whatever else, if any of us test positive, we can't do the shows because we're not going to stick a load of people in a confined space together. But they are starting again from next week. We're in the studio. Match reactions in the studio are back. We've got some deals coming your way as well, so some good discounts on some products for you all, and lots of things on the way of the terrace, which we're very, very excited about indeed. But listen, everybody that has tuned in, a big, big thank you to each and every single one of you. Please, before you leave, smash the like button. We're back mid to late afternoon with a big Man United and big Liverpool update. And I know not all of you support Man United and Liverpool, but I want to ask you something here. I want a bit more support from you on the Football Terrace. It may not be your club the news centers around, but please turn up to our streams just to hit a like button, just to give it a bit of a share, just to stick a comment in the comment section. It would mean a great, great deal to us. It really would. But until next time, take care. Goodbye. God